you may be listening here on the Alcorn Football Radio Network on this Monday night. Charles Edmond, our producer, the one and only Jamario Brooks, Coach Fred McNair, and Keisha joining us here. Coach, it's been a very tough couple of days and a very tough game, kind of a low-hanging fruit type of game. It was right there, ready to snatch, but we couldn't get it done. For 37 minutes, we were right there. Just a handful of points down, but play here, play there, turnover, big play, and boom, game got away from us.
And that's right, Charles. I mean, we ran through the ball game at the beginning of it, and all the way through the middle of the third quarter there, where it kind of got away from us then, and just figuring out, just watching film and going back over the tape and looking at it and the things that we saw that could have been explosive plays that was there. You miss a block here, you miss a pass here and there. So it's just it's a combination of things that occurred during that time when it got out of hand there. The defense being on the field as long as they were, just playing the way they did, and you got to take your head off of those guys. They fought hard into that latter part of the third quarter and through the fourth quarter.
Kind of a strange game, Coach. We had two safeties. I don't know if I've ever called a game in which there have been two safeties in one game, back-to-back weeks in which there have been safeties. We had turnovers, we had opportunities, Grambling with a swinging gate. I mean, just all kinds of stuff going on. And I guess the big storyline going into this game was, and you talked about it last week, who was going to start at quarterback. You said Lenore's Footman was a game-time decision. You started Noah Johnson. So let's start there. Talk about that.
Well, at that time, Lenore, he wasn't feeling as well as we thought he was going to be feeling that during the game time, and we made a decision to go ahead and start Noah Johnson. Just come playing in the first part of the first half, he was playing pretty good, and then come the second quarter, things kind of got away from him. I think instead of the game just slowing down for him, kind of got too fast for him. Missed opportunity on one play there, and it caused about a 20-yard loss. We got a wheel route, and if he throws the ball and just throw the ball and we make a play on it, maybe get a touchdown, give us a chance to go up some points there later in the second quarter. But we just got a little jitter there. We had to pull him, and didn't want to play foot during that time, but we had to just put somebody in to kind of take the pressure off of the kid. And Norris came in and did what he could do. In that aspect of the game with his ankle. He's a little sore today, but, just rest and try to see where he's going to be at this coming week.
All right, so let's start with the highlights. Give us a call, 601-877-6595. Keisha's here following the Twitter feed, emails coming in, so we'll get to all that as we roll along here 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. You talked about Noah Johnson and what he did early on. The Braves were faced with a 3rd down and 25 the first time they touched the football, and the Braves had to make a play deep in their own territory. Right, one left, play action for Noah Johnson. Dancing in the pocket, flush to his right, steps up, going to lob this one long down the field, and his ball's caught, first down. Plenty of time in a good pocket. Two receivers right, one. Yep, and there's a good pocket there for Noah Johnson to hit Orlando Beals.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he did a great job being patient in the pocket, and that's the thing that draws my attention to the way things fell for him in the latter part of the first and the second quarter. Just the performance that he can do. Just have time in the pocket to be patient, just find open receivers. And that was a big play for us. We got the capabilities of plays to make big plays, but sometimes he either get flushed out or make a bad read on it or something like that, Charles, to make a bad play.
So we picked up another couple of first downs on that drive. It stalled. Noah Johnson came in for kind of a pooch punt. He had a chance on 4th down to maybe try to pick up the first down on the pooch punt, and it turned out it was a negative punt by Noah Johnson. How often does he and you want to work on that in practice?
That's something we work on, Charles, all the time. And, just the idea of, if they put somebody back, we got an opportunity to go for it on 4th down there. Depends on what they give us and the looks of the defense, but they decided to keep everybody up. So there was an opportunity for a push punt to pin them deep in their territory, and he just didn't get a good foot on it. And went straight up in there. But that was a chance for us that we took to get a good field position change in the whole thing there. That's what we were trying to do. At the same time, if they put one back there, we got our chance to have numbers and get a first down on fourth down. So that's what we did, and we do work on that.
That's one of those things. If it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't, then people are saying something else.
That's all the time, Charles. You're a genius when everything going good, and when it go bad, you get the Lord of totem pole. So it was my decision to do that. So that's what we did, and I have to live with that.
So the Tigers, after that, their first drive started at the Braves 45-yard line. They got to the Braves 5. It was second and goal, and there was an incomplete pass, offensive pass interference. So moving back 15 from the 2. So it's second down and goal from the Braves 17. He came back to pass. Looks, flush to the right, being chased. Still on his feet, cuts it up the middle. 25, check down, catch. 15, 10. Danced outside, 5. Carter's got the corner. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, that's what we talked about, his ability to keep the play alive and moving with his feet. We had defenders all around him, but he's elusive.
Just couldn't get to him.
He's a good quarterback. Kincaid did a great job of moving around in the pocket, and that's part of the football game. Just move around in the pocket, give yourself enough time to find an open guy to get the ball to. So that's what he did, just like the whole game. We just got to do a better job of containing him inside the pocket. There's several times we had defensive players going inside when they should stay outside, upfield shoulder. And that's what you get when you miss your assignment and not doing what you're supposed to do. So we just got to correct those things and make sure we keep the quarterback contained inside the pocket.
So it's 7-0 at that point. The Braves went 3 and out on the next drive. 7 minutes left. The Tigers at their own 17 on their second drive to start. They got to their own 39 with 5:47 left in the first quarter. Kincaid was back to his right. Straight back to pass. Deep drop. Gonna allow this one long downfield. One-on-one coverage. Underthrow ball caught. 25-20. Boom! Braves got it at the 10-yard line. Make it the 9. So that was an opportunity right there. Got the strip fumble and got the ball.
Yeah, that was a great job by Eric Foster. He missed time to jump on the play, but he didn't give up on the play. And that's something that guy, he put all into it when he played. And he didn't give up on the ball, come back and script the guy, recover the fumble there. So they give us the ball back right there at that point. So
the Braves had an opportunity there with a turnover, but couldn't cash in. Had to punt. Hayden McNair, a 70-yard punt. 70-yard punt that time, and that pinned the Tigers back.
And that's what he's been doing. Hayden's a great punter, and hopefully continue the things he's doing back there punting for us. You never know when you need to change field position, and that was one of the cases there that he got off a good punt and changed the field position for us.
So the Tigers got it at their own 9 thanks to that 70-yard punt with 3:33 left in the first. Kelly for 3, second down and 7 from their own 12-yard line. Second down and 8 for Kincaid. High snap, ball on the ground. Braves can pick it up, and they do. No, they don't. Ball still squirting around in the end zone. It's either touchdown or safety. Which one is it? It's a safety. So 7-2, second straight game that there's been a safety. So we had a chance to get 7, but as it turned out, we got 2.
Well, they're just the guys, being football players, and in that case, you really want just to fall on the ball and just recover it there. But the ball goes in the end zone, and they try to pick it up and just become a safety. Instead of points for us to 7. Just gotta they know, and we teach that every day in practice. On fumbles, we just need a possession. So we can capitalize on it. We tried to do that at 2 points. So
it's 7-2 at that point. A Grambling free kick, and the Braves got it at their own 33-yard line with 2:33 left in the first quarter. Noah Johnson, a 29-yard run to Grambling's 38, and they got to the Tigers' 10, where the Braves were faced with a 3rd down and 9. Back to pass. Roll out stretch play, back pedals. Lobs it up, and this ball is touchdown. It is.
I couldn't tell if he was inbound or not, but he caught it.
Almost the same play from last week. Ladarian Davis with the catch.
Yeah.
And that time against Pine Bluff, he was flipped over. This time, it was a nice throw by Noah Johnson, and no flip this time, just hung on to it. Thank goodness.
Actually, Charles, the play was designed to bring him in motion, the guy that caught the ball in motion. And right then, I think Noah kind of like started like he liked to fall apart at that point there because he forgot his motion. Then we were supposed to have the tight end dragging all back across to catch that pass. But, we made a play, and he threw it up, and I think Darren Davis did a great job of going up, high pointing the ball and making a play for us for a touchdown.
Every week, Darian Davis is making more and more key catches for us.
He's a player. He's an outstanding player. He came back off a knee, and he's playing lights out right now, and a touchdown in 2 games, and just playing good football right now for us.
The score is 8-7. So despite the back and forth, big plays, safety, 8-7, very much in the game through the first 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We actually where we want to be, in the ball game, and we just got to just keep up doing what we're doing, executing, and making plays like that. So we kept that going. I think it'd been a different turnout than what it was.
14 minutes after, we'll take a time out here on the Fred McNair radio show. We've got some tweets. Keisha will get to those on the other side of this timeout. A busy Monday as we put this Grambling game to bed and get ready for the Razorbacks. A breakfast kickoff, 11 a.m. from War Memorial Stadium. We'll be on the air at 10:30 Saturday morning. The Braves and the Hogs. We'll take a 1-minute break. Get to the Twitter feed in 1 minute on the Alcorn Football Radio Network. Show your Braves pride at home or in the office by purchasing the Alcorn State Back-to-Back SWAC Champions replica trophy. They're $20 each and make a great coffee table piece or desk paperweight. Get yours today online by going to alcorn.edu/foundation. Or you can call Larry Smith at 601-877-2470 or send him an email, lsmith@alcorn.edu. Proceeds will benefit Alcorn football.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Mississippi are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Mississippi High School Activities Association and the Mississippi Athletic Administrators Association.
At WPRL 91.7 FM.
All right, welcome back to the Fred McNair Radio Show. The time is 15 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Monday night. If you missed some or all of the Fred McNair Radio Show, don't worry. We'll have it posted online on my Facebook page, Charles Edmond, on my Twitter page, Tall Man Radio. It'll also be on the athletics website, allcourtsports.com. Check out that site with the News Media Relations Director for Athletics, Robbie Kleinmont's posting all kinds of good stuff. Interviews and stories, doing a fantastic job with that, so we'll have this show up. So we'll keep you up to date on all things Alcorn athletics, whether social media or otherwise. Keisha joining us back in studio. She was a little under the weather last week, and she's back on it, back on the Twitter beat. Good evening, Keisha.
Good evening.
What's up, Keisha?
I have a comment and a question from TJ Mayfield. First, he said, you're doing a great job coaching. Keep up the good work. He wants to know, do you feel a sense of overreaction about the first 3 games?
I mean, in a way you can say yes. And, it's just that football is football. I mean, I don't care how you look at it. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. And that's the nature of it. And the way you win them and you play better football. As a team, and that's why I still need guys to play better football every day and come out and work hard every day. But we just got to get better at things that we're doing, and all phases of the game. And there's a lot of miscues that we see in film study. Even after this game, we go back and evaluate every play as a staff and look at it and look at the things that we could have took place. And evaluate those things, but overall, we just got to play better ball than we're playing. But I think a lot of it is overreacting, and then we just got to just keep pressing and keep playing football.
Well, from a fan perspective, I mean, you build the program is back up from being down a long time. winning seasons, back-to-back SWAC championships. So I can understand fans being anxious. They want the wins. They want us to dominate like we pretty much have done. But from another perspective, in the sports, and I'm not a coach, never been, but being around it, I understand that when you get a new coach, which you're not brand new, but it's a new system. You have new players, you have young players, and everybody has to get in a groove, so to speak, to adjust to each other. Not making excuses, but I mean, fans want it, and that's it. I mean, they don't want to take anything else, but I've had my opinions about some of the things I've seen, but it comes with being a coach, I guess.
Just a sign of everything, it all comes in with time. We didn't have an undefeated season, not one time since I've been here.
Right.
We won the championship with 3 losses. Won with 4 losses.
Right.
Now we have 2 losses. I mean, so I understand from a fan point to where they're coming from, but they got to understand the camaraderie of this team right now. We got a lot of players that's been inserted in positions now that where they came in last year and just played spot play, and now they in the starting role, and we got to get those guys ready and gel together.
Right.
As far as the back end, this whole secondary is new. People have to understand that. We got 4 new guys back there in the back end. We got 1 guy that played offensive line that started for us last year, Antonio Day. I mean, those guys.
Which they have been doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean,
they have been doing a good
those
job.
guys has really got to gel in and understand, when you got a veteran secondary where everybody can kind of cover everybody, know what to expect out of each other, instead of having a bunch of new guys in and don't know what to expect out of the next player. But it comes like that. So until those guys, and hopefully, they'll get together this week and we'll prepare for Arkansas and get ready to play.
All right, that's 6:20. Let's go to our first phone call on this Monday night. Cedric Foster calling in from Tallahassee. Called in last week, back on the horn on this Monday night. Good evening, Cedric.
Well, good evening. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, Charles.
Good evening.
Have a couple of questions. I did get a chance to listen to the game online a little bit because I was working. But I got a couple of questions. I think you answered a few for me. The first question is, do you think we still have a chance to... Now, I'm not sure. I'm thinking we're in the eastern part of the SWAC. I don't know if we're eastern or the western part, but you can answer that one for me. And I guess that's the question is, do you think we still may have a chance to, win that eastern part, even with the 2 losses? And that's one of them. And the second one is Lenoris. I know you had mentioned he still has an ankle problem, and I wanted to know how much he's going to play this Saturday. I know Arkansas, SEC team, FBS team, and I know you want to win, and I know you don't want to get embarrassed because, I'm looking at Delaware State played Missouri, and man, that was just a mess. 79-0. Yeah, I know you don't want that type of stuff, but then again, by the same token, you want to be competitive. You want to keep you guys from getting hurt because we got more conference games, and I was just wondering how you're gonna, deal with that situation, and that I guess that's the only question I have for you, Coach. And I'm a Brave all the way, so I'm a Brave fan all the way, no matter how it goes, and I'm planning on being there for homecoming. So I'm gonna hang up and listen, Coach. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Cedric, thank you. I'll take the first question you were talking about, and I was going to save it for later, but since you brought it up now, and it's been asked quite a few times over the last couple of days, here are the standings as they stand right now. Jackson State 1-1 in the conference. The Braves 1-2. Alabama A&M 1-2. Alabama State 0-3, and Mississippi Valley 0-3. And to answer your question, are the Braves still in the Eastern Division race at this point, about a third of the way through? The answer is yes, and that's because the other teams, other than Jackson State, have 2 losses or more. So it's going to come down, I think, and I kind of follow these standings all the time. It's going to come down. Of course, every game's important, but what you do within your own division is probably more critical now than it's ever been. Remember, last year we beat Bama State. We did again, but then we also handled our business against the Eastern Division teams. We're really going to have to do that. We have the tiebreaker on Alabama State if it comes down to that. But I think, and I've said it, I think a 2, maybe a 3-loss team could represent the East going to Houston. And I would even go as far, and this could be a stretch, but you may have a 4-loss team, depending on the tiebreakers, how they do against teams in the other division, and that's going to be critical. So to answer your question, the Braves are still in it, but Coach McNair, there's no doubt we got to win some games to put ourselves in that position.
Exactly right, Charles. And to answer the question about Lenoir's, don't know if he'll play or not right now in the Arkansas game. And, he's going to try and get himself better, and we're going to try and get him better with the rehab and stuff like that and treatment. Everything we could possibly do, but going into that game, we just got to go in with a solid game plan to be able to execute to the utmost to where we need to be and to stay in that game with Arkansas. They're a very powerful team. They ranked 17 in the top 25, so they're there for a reason. So we just got to go out and just play all-con Brave football at that time.
Speaking of Lenoir's footman, and this question has come up, something I thought about yesterday driving home. Noah Johnson was kind of back and forth. Then you brought in Lenoir's footman. The decision to bring him in, and we knew he wasn't 100%, was it trying to just generate a spark? I mean, and we see how the quarterback, and you've been a quarterback, the quarterback is the leader of the team. Was it a situation where Lenoir felt like he could step in and help provide some sort of lift and spark? Talk about the whole process of bringing Lenoir in less than 100%.
And that was my thought process behind it all, Charles, when I told let's go with Lenoir, just to see could we get a spark there. He's a leader, and he do it in his own way. I thought maybe we could get something started there with him, just kind of bring the team up and just get them going there for a moment, Charles. But just where he played, he still played like Lenoir's still gonna be able to play with an injury like that. So we just kind of keep a watch on him and make sure he's getting better this week.
All right, so it's 26 minutes after. Let's get through the second quarter highlights before we get to the bottom of the hour. Give us a call, 601-877-6595. We talked about the chances through the first. Through the second quarter, 14:07 left. Alcorn started at their own 6-yard line. Turnover, loss of 3 to GSU's 3. Second down and 13 to Lance Turner tackle in the end zone for a safety. So it was 9-8 at that point in the game, and it was 16-8 at the half. That was our halftime score, 16-8. We're going to go back to the phone lines here, and Mrs. Footman calling in from Florida. She's checking in. I follow her on social media, I believe, so she's on the line. Let's get to her. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I was Coach there.
Yes.
I'm here.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good right now.
Good. I listened in on the radio this past weekend. I don't always get to catch those keep. I know it was.
Ms. Footman, I believe you're breaking up there. Yes, we can hear you now.
I not always to catch it on radio, but 9 times out of 10 I'm tuning in and listening to the game. So I wasn't past that. I know it was a big disappointment. I'm still behind the Braves, 100%. On to the next one.
All right, Ms. Footman, you're breaking up there. We appreciate you calling in.
All right, thank you, Ms. Footman.
All right, it just shows you, I mean, even though it was a couple of tough losses, I mean, it's, the energy is there. the heart and desire is there. The execution, you got to keep working on that.
That's definitely, Charles. And the thing we do every day at practice, the stuff we run at practice, the same stuff we run in the game, getting prepared for a team, you know. So, you know, I don't know what it is that when we get in a game, we kind of like get too excited or just forgetting about what we need to do. You know, missing blocks and pass protection and missing the gaps and the pass rush, you know. You know, we just got to just hone in on things that we can do to make these guys execute and play all point style football. That's the bottom line of it.
All right, 28 minutes after, we're approaching the bottom of the hour rapidly. Fred McNair radio show whizzing right on by, halfway through. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll get back to the Twitter feed, a bunch of Twitter questions and email. We'll get to that. And we'll look at some of the third quarter highlights, the SWAC report, and we'll get ready for Arkansas, the Razorbacks, coming up Saturday morning. Back in 1 minute on the Fred McNair Radio Show.
The SOD Club is a booster club for your sounds of dynamite. Get out your phones now and join and donate. Let's help take the sounds to new decibels. This year, the SOD Club is sponsoring an instrument drive for the sound. Your membership or donation to the SOD Club will help us make new instruments a reality for our renowned band. Please visit www.sodclub.org. The SOD Club has contributed over $40,000 to the band. All memberships and donations are tax deductible. The SOD Club providing unwavering support to the Alcorn State University Marching Band Program.
At highway speeds, the average text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Stop texts, stopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
At WPRL 91.7 FM.
All right, it's exactly 6:30. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Alcorn Football Radio Network.
Into WPRL 91.7 FM, broadcast from the campus of Alcorn State University.
All right, halfway through the Fred McNair Radio Show, we're going to go back to the phone lines. We're going to check in Vicksburg, Mississippi, listening on V105.5 in Vicksburg. Jeremy calling in. Good evening, Jeremy.
Good evening. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Coach, you doing all right?
I'm doing good right now, man, I can say.
Good. Man, first of all, I want to say, man, we following you, man. We pushing you. You know, we hoping for the best. We got a few questions, though. When we were just talking about football, with his ankle not being 100%, I mean, even though he thought he would have got a spot, y'all didn't think that may have been a bad call with putting him in?
No, not at that time. No, he was ready to play if we needed him, and at that time we thought that, you know, he can give us something there to get these guys moving the man in that direction. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's a decision I made, and I thought that that was about the best for the team to kind of give us something going there. But, you know, he's okay. Like, he's just a little sore, but hopefully this week we'll get him back to where he needs to be, and if we don't, probably don't want him playing against Arkansas. Because we got some more important strike games coming up, and we're going to need those games to move forward. So.
Yeah, we definitely need it. Okay, as far as the offensive question, with the play calling, man, it's like what we're calling is predictable. You know, you maybe run the ball and you move the ball on first down. You know, the last 2 downs you don't. I mean, you change and doing it, but it's like it's predictable when you call.
Yeah, actually, you know, just looking at film this morning and, you know, just evaluating everything that we saw, even, you know, we spent Sunday as a coaching staff looking at film. And if you look at it, and you know, a lot of people don't see it the way the coaching staff see it, but we see things in everything that we do. It's just for just executing and stuff like that. You know, we missing blocks here and we're not doing this and not doing that, but it's the same way, you know, if you look at it from my standpoint and what we're looking at for us film-wise. And I watched the film with the receivers today and just seeing what they were doing and just coming off blocks and not holding on to the ball on situations and stuff like that. But, you know, executing is the biggest thing as for what we do. It's not nothing that Grambling doing, nothing that Pine Bluff did to stop us. Everything that happened to us, we stopped ourselves, and that's a true fact because, you know, just watching the film and every play, we got the opportunity to be a big play, and just one letdown here and there. But I think just sitting in and watching how everything the game plan goes in, and I'm a part of that. So I know what's being called, and I know what's been put in, and what's going to help us the best way to run this team and get us some points scored. But it's a letdown on everything that we do. Just not the play calling. It's about what we're doing to stop ourselves instead of what the other team is doing.
Right. So going forward, what are we going to change? Just defensive and offensive. I mean, it's like we blitzing every time. Them guys been huffing and puffing before halftime.
No, we didn't
All
blitz
right,
every
Jeremy,
down.
thank you very much. Go ahead.
No, we didn't blitz every down, Jeremy. We even in the second half, we kind of rushed 3 to where we can drop 8 and just kind of get those guys a breather. And that's where we have to really just get better at what we're doing on both sides of the ball. Scramble drill and contain the quarterback in the pocket, and the guys going inside when they should be contained. And that's some of the stuff that we've seen on film today. And it's evident of it that we're not doing what we're taught in practice every day. And that's what we talked about in the team meeting probably about an hour ago. Doing what you're taught and executing, doing your responsibility, just doing your job will help this program win ball games. And everybody is trying to do the things that they naturally think they're supposed to do instead of doing their job right now.
All right, Jeremy, we appreciate you calling in from Vicksburg. It was 16-8 at the half, and the Braves got some points here in the third quarter to make it a 5-point game.
Back ball now. Kick is up. It's got plenty of leg. Does he have the accuracy? It's good.
So that made it a 16-11 game. And that's the one thing, Coach. You look at the final score, and people make the assumption that it's lopsided. But here, midway through the third quarter, it's a 5-point game.
Absolutely. And we're right there, And just like I said, we just have to get better at executing, man. And the team that execute the best going to win. I mean, that's just the bottom line of it. No matter what play we call or what defense we call, if we don't execute it right, it's going to be a flaw in it. So that's one of the things that we got to do better as a team and preparing ourselves to play on Saturday.
All right, phone calls coming in. We're going to go to Illinois. Lewis joining us. Luis Lewis from Fayetteville, Illinois, joining us on the telephone.